Tibbetts. I'm a registered dental hygienist here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've partnered with Delta Dental of Arizona to bring you some different tips. We're doing this video series. I think there's 8 parts to the series. I think this is our 5th one. And today we're going to talk about flossing, different techniques and products that you can use, why it's so important, and I'll kind of make some demonstrations for you too. So you probably have heard this your whole life that you should floss your teeth every day, and it's true. Toothbrushing alone does not get all of that harmful bacteria that lurks just below the gum line in between the teeth and that food debris that gets stuck in between the teeth. So it's really important to floss every day. If you're not already doing so, maybe aim to try to do it at least a couple times a week to start until you kind of get in the habit of doing it, and then hopefully it just becomes part of your daily routine. So there's some different types of floss and products that you can use to help clean those spaces in between your teeth. And the first one is just a regular traditional piece of string floss. So it's really simple to use. You basically just want to wrap it nice and tight around your middle fingers. Use your pointer fingers and thumbs to help guide the floss. And I'll show you on this model here. It's pretty easy to do. So most people, I think, when they think of flossing, they just think, oh, push it in between the teeth and pull it out and that's good enough. But you actually, there's some technique to it. You want to kind of wiggle it between the teeth, like use a sawing motion to kind of get it in there. And then instead of just going up and down, you're not really working the sides of your teeth that way. So you actually want to bring it around and go up and down each side of the tooth. So you're almost kind of hugging the tooth or making like a little C shape around it. And make sure that that floss dips below the gum line too, to help clear out all that bacteria and stuff that's hiding underneath the gums that your toothbrush can't reach. And then same thing on the opposing side. Up and down several times. And you want to do this all over the mouth, in between every tooth. A lot of people either find it difficult or they don't really like using the long string floss, so I see a lot of patients that use the little picks. And I personally think these can work just as well as regular string floss if you're using them correctly. So same kind of technique applies, rather than just going straight down and straight back up. Once you get that floss in between the teeth, kind of pull this pick to one side and go up and down a couple times underneath the gums and up and down a couple times. And you want to make sure that you push down far enough to get underneath that contact point, or that point where your two teeth are touching. You want to get that space just below them, right close to your gum line. And then there's also water irrigation devices. So this one is a little bit different. This one uses air and water to kind of flush out those spaces underneath the gums, but it's basically the same concept. If you have something like this, that's great. We either refer to them as like a water pick, that's one of the main brands. This one is an air flosser, but they all generally do the same thing. So it's really simple. You're just going to take the tip of the tool, and instead of just sticking it right in between the teeth and letting that water just stick straight through, you want to kind of angle it towards the gums a little bit and walk it all around the tooth. And you can kind of visualize how that water would be coming out, angling towards the gum, and that water flowing right underneath the gums and pushing all of that food debris and plaque and bacteria and stuff out from underneath the gums. And same thing on the inside surface too. So kind of angle it towards the gums, move it around, get those spaces in between, and then all the way around. Pretty simple to do. It's just a couple extra minutes in your daily routine, but it really does make a big difference. Healthy gums are the foundation for a healthy mouth. So you can't have total body wellness if you're not healthy in your mouth too. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, leave them in the comment section and we'll get back to you after this video. But anyway, thanks for watching and happy brushing.